Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, Brilliant Bankers. Today we delve into an essential piece of legislation that empowers citizens and strengthens democracy. That is the Right to Information Act. The Right to Information Act is a significant piece of legislation enacted by the Government of India on October 12, 2005. It empowers the citizens to seek information from public authorities, thereby promoting transparency, accountability, and participation in the governance process. The RTI Act was formulated to bridge the gap between the government and its citizens, allowing individuals to request information from the public authorities. This information encompasses a wide range of topics, including government politics, decisions, projects, and utilization of public funds. By providing citizens with the right access of information, the RTI Act empowers them to hold public authorities accountable for their actions and decisions taken. It serves as a potent tool for civil society and media organizations to scrutinize the government actions, thereby contributing to a more transparent, responsible, and responsive administration. Overall, the RTI Act has played a pivotal role in transforming the governance in India, fostering a culture of openness and accountability within the public institutions. It stands as a cornerstone of democratic principles, reinforcing the belief that information is a fundamental right of the citizen, which is specially mentioned in an article of our constitution. So, this is the intro. Now let's jump into our presentations. The act is called Right to Information Act. This came into force in the year 2005, so it is called as RTI Act 2005 in October 2005. It gives access to information held by public authority. It is linked to Article 19, which talks about freedom of speech and expression, and Article 21, which talks about the right to life and liberty. RTA Act was enacted on 15 June 2005, but it was enforced only on 12 October 2005. And one of the main reasons for this was a civil case between the Reliance Petrochemicals or RP Limited versus the proprietors of Indian Express in 1988. Whenever you have some time, please do check this case, which is a very important case study for RTI or the enactment of the RTI Act. The main objective was to empower the citizens from getting informations, to promote transparency and accountability in the working of the government, to contain corruption, and to make our democracy work for people in real sense. Here, this is as per section 2 of the Act. There are few words which is very important. So we will go through the definitions of these words. What do you mean by information? Information means all records, documents, memos, emails, opinions, advices, press releases, circulars, orders, logbooks, contracts, reports, papers, samples, models, data material in any electronic form. Information relating to any private body which can be accessed by a public authority. Means anything written down, anything dotted down, anything saved somewhere about any organization or about any person, until unless there is no problem in taking a information about a person. We will come to that later. So inform whatever is on display is the word definition of information as per section 2 of the Act. Coming to the word record. Record means documents, files, manuscripts, all are in black and white, microfilm and facts. Reproduction of films or images embodied in such film. Any other material produced by a computer or an electronic device. This is the digital era. So both the black and white and digital things which has been stored or saved anywhere is called a record. So what is right to information? It is a right. Inspection of works, documents and records. You have seen what is records. You have seen what is information. You know what is works, and documents are the words that is coming in both information and records. So that is inspection of works, documents and records. Take notes, extracts, certified copy of documents and records. Take certified samples of materials. You can't take the whole set of the information. You can take a small sample. That is a copy. We will be coming back again in a slide or two about what are the things, how do you take information, and what are the charges for those things. I'll be coming. Obtaining information in the form of diskettes, floppies, tapes, video cassettes, or in any other electronic mode. Video cassettes are in existence these days, so you go for CDs or pen drives, or through printouts, where such information is stored in a computer or in any other device. This is what this is the meaning of right to information. What are the futures of RTI? RTI applies on public authorities. All citizens have the right to information subject to the provisions of the Act. Here, section 24 has been marked in yellow because it is a special section, and we will be coming back again in a later stage. Section 24 is a section where few organizations are exempt from RTI. We can't ask anything about those in RTI. So section 24, always remember, there will be a question on section 24 in any exams. The public information officer will be responsible to deal with the request for information and also to assist persons seeking the information. Certain categories of information has been exempted from disclosure. That is as per section 24. And under section 8 and 9 of the Act, the disclosures are open. Now, coming to the procedure for seeking the information, as I said it earlier, application can be made in writing, including through electronic mediums, in English or Hindi or local official language of the area, like in any other state. Coming to southern states, you can opt for your own language. You can opt for Bengali in Bengal and Marathi in Maharashtra. Where request is not in return, PIO is to provide assistance to reduce it to return. When there is a person, excuse me, who is illiterate, he is not able to write anything, and he directly approaches the office for an information. The PIO of that office or the information officer of that office is to help this person who has approached him to put up an application. The reasons for seeking the information is never to be given. I can ask any information anywhere. I don't have to give the reason why I am asking that. The prescribed fees to be paid along with the application. No fee for persons below the poverty line. It started off with 5 rupees. I think it's 10 rupees now for any RTI application. Fees towards cost of providing information is to be intimated by the PIO. Not all things can be given by the PIOs. If you are asking a copy of a extract, which is more than 20 pages or 30 pages, so that costs the government. For these purposes, the PIO can ask you to pay the fees for that. Applicant can seek a review of fees through an appeal to the prescribed appellate authority. If PIO is saying that you have to pay the fees and you are not able, then you can go to the person who is above him. That is a CIC or SIC. Applicant to provide information free of cost in case of failure to comply with the response time limit. So there is a time limit for each and every appeal. If there is a time delay, any response given by the public authority will be free of cost. That is what is being mentioned. Again, time limit for the information. The information should be supplied by the public authority within 30 days from the date of application. You have only, the public authority has 30 days after the receipt of the application. But if it involves the life or liberty of a person, the information is to be given in 48 hours. If it is about a third party, I am seeking an information about a third party, then the public authority has 40 days. This is the only time period where it has been clearly mentioned 34 from the date of application, 48 hours if it involves the life or liberty of the person, and 40 days if it is involving a third party person. If no response is given by the public authority within the time limit, it is deemed to be a refusal of the application. Now, exemption from disclosure. As per Section 8 of the Act, the following informations are exempted from disclosure. Information which would prejudicially affect the sovereignty and integrity of India. Security, strategic, scientific, economic interest of the state, like the defense, strategic, the DRDOs, scientific. Again, you can include the DRDO in that also. These are all exempted from disclosure. Relation with foreign state information. For example, one of your neighboring countries like Nepal or Bangladesh or Sri Lanka has given an information to India or the Indian counterpart, which is to be secured, and any leakage of that information is exempted as per Section 8 of RTI. And finally, expressly forbidden by the court. If a court says no information is to be passed, then no information has to be passed. That would harm the competitive position of the third party. No information has to be passed. That would harm the competitive position of a third party. What is this? This is something like copyright infringement. Oh, how can I refer that? Yeah. Whenever, if I am asking for information about a patent taken by some person, some Mr. A, I just want all the details about the patent. And if the public authority is ready to give that to me or any Mr. B, it can be used by me or Mr. B against A and bring in a competition for something that he has started. The members of parliament are also exempted from this act. That caused a breach of privilege of the parliament and legislature. That is for the duty in the parliament or in a state legislative assembly, not the members. Impeded the process of investigation or apprehension or prosecution. And the cabinet papers are also exempted from disclosure. Now, what is Section 9? The PAO has the right to reject your request where an infringement of copyright could be involved. This is what I mentioned earlier. Now, there is something called partial disclosure. As per Section 10, in a condition when the requested information is rejected on the grounds of exempt from disclosure, but those parts, there will be some parts which can be given to you as per Section 9, where there was an infringement of copyright. I came to know that there is something which has been registered for a new patent. If I want to know who was the person, who is the person, that is wrong. What is in the patent, that is wrong. But if I want to know the content, the outer content of the outline, that's nothing wrong. So that's the way. So only that outer content can be the subject matter can be given to me. So that is what is mentioned here. Those parts which does not contain any information, which is exempt from disclosure and can reasonably severed from any part that contains exempt information can be given. This is partial disclosure. So we have been saying about the non-applicability of that. As per section 24, sorry, of the RTI Act, this act has only 25 sections. There are few organizations which are established by the central government or any information furnished by such an organization to the government are excluded from the act. You can take a screenshot of this. That will be the best thing. Or if I have to read it out, yeah, it's the IB, it's the RAW, it's the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, where the economic scene comes in, Central Economic Intelligence Bureau, the ED, the Narcotic Control Board or the NCB, the Aviation Research Center. Now comes the security forces like Special Frontier Force, Border Security Force, CRPF, ITBP, CIFSF, NSG, the Assam Rifles, the SSB, all these which come under the Home Ministry. You can't get any information from them because they are dealing with the security of the nation. Directorate General of Income Tax, National Technical Research Organization, FIU India. I think bankers are clear with FIU India. The SPGs, Special Protection Group, DRDO, BRDB, Border Road Development Board, or it is a Border Road Development Organization. BROs, BROS, National Security Council Secretariat, CBI, National Investigation Agency, and the National Intelligence Grid. But there's a clause. Any information pertaining to allegations on corruptions and human right violation are not to be included in this subsection. If there is any corruption or human rights violation in all these organizations, it is to be intimated. So that doesn't come under section 24 of the Act. Now, there are information commissions because you can't seek everything from a single PIO. PIO is available in each and every organization. If the PIO rejects your appeal, where will you go? There should be some. So there's a state information commission and a central information. Coming to that, the information commission is divided into two parts. One is a state information commission and the other is a central information commission. Now let's come into central information commission first. It is constituted by the central government through a gazette notification. It consists of one chief information commissioner and 10 central information commissioners. This 10 is the maximum limit. The central information commissioners may be below the number of 10 also, but 10 is the maximum limit. They are appointed by the president on the recommendations of the prime minister, leader of opposition of Lok Sabha, and a union cabinet minister. These are the same conditions in case of state information commissions also. There it is constituted by the state government through a gazette notification, consists of one state chief information commissioner and 10 state information commissioners appointed by the governor on the recommendation of chief minister, leader of opposition in the legislative assembly, and one state cabinet minister. Appointment of CIC and SIC. They should have some qualifications. Like they should be a qualified expert in any one of these fields, like law, from science or technology, or a person who is from social service, from mass media, who is from governance or journalism. He should be a qualified expert in any one of these fields. And what shall not be a person who is a CIC or SIC? He should not be a member of parliament or the legislative assembly, MP or MLA. He should not hold any office of profit, or he is not connected to any political party, or he does carry on any business or pursue a profession. So he is not allowed to do all these things. And what is the term of office? CICs hold the term of CIC and SIC. They hold the term of office as mentioned by the central government or the state government, respectively. They don't have any reappointment, and the maximum age limit is 65 years. This is the condition for CIC and SCIC, the State Chief Information Commissioner and the Central Information Commissioner. Now coming to the information commissioners of both central government and state government. Again, here the maximum age limit is 65 years. Reappointment is not there, but they have an eligibility for the post higher than the already appointed post. Like when they are information commissioner, they can become a central information commissioner or state chief information commissioner. This is allowed, but with the condition that the aggregate term should be a total of 5 years, not more than that, as IC and the CIC, or SCIC and the IC. Maximum period should be 5 years. In the case of CIC, it is mentioned in section 12. In the case of SIC, it is mentioned in section 15, subsection 3. Oath in case of CIC is taken in the presence of the President of India, and in state CIC, it is taken in presence of the governor of the state. If anyone wants a resignation from the post, it should be handwritten letter addressed to either the president, as per section 14 in central, in the case of central, or to the governor, as per section 17 in the case of state CICs. Both the state and the central government have to provide staff for efficient performance of the information commissions. This is mentioned as per section 13. Power of the information commissioners. All these commissions do have a very strong hold in the public authority domain, because they can take up any information, they can refuse any information. So the PIOs are always in the process of giving you information as and when you request them, because these information commissions can give penalties to. Information commission is just like a civil court. They can hand over penalties to both, to the PIOs. So here comes the power of information commissions. They receive complaints from any person on non-appointment of a PIO. When a PIO is not appointed in a public authority office, refusal of information, non-response of information, unreasonable fees, incomplete or misleading information, or any other matter relating to obtaining info under this law. So the Information Commission can get all complaints regarding these. If the commission feels satisfied, an inquiry may also be initiated, and when doing so, he has the power as vested by a civil court, as I mentioned earlier. As per section 18 of that, during the inquiry, the commission may examine any record under the control of public authority, and no such record may be withheld from it on any grounds. So they have all the rights to check any record, which are even exempted records. The only thing is that these information will not be passed. Exempted information will not be passed, but they do have all the right for examining any record under the control of public authority. What is an appellate authority? When a person, Mr. A, has asked for an RTI to some organization, and he is aggrieved by the decision of the PIO. That is, either the PIO has not given any reply, or he is not happy with the reply that the PIO has given. In that condition, as and when he receives the reply, or after the completion of the 30 days of applying for the RTI, he can apply for a first appeal to the officer who is senior than the PIO in the same office. So there he goes for a 60 days period, where he can go for the first appeal. First 30 days is with the PIO, for the time given to the PIO for replying to your request. Once the 30 days period is over, then he can appeal to the officer senior to the PIO in the next 30 days. If he is again agreed with that, he can then apply to the CIC, or the State Information Commission. As per section 19, time period may be extended for 15 days if held by the CIC or SIC. This 90 days time period may be extended for a period of 15 days. Now, penalties that are being given by the SIC or CIC. As per section 20, if the CIC or SIC feel that the PIO has, without any reasonable cause, refused to receive an application for information, or has not furnished information within the time specified, malafidely denied the request of information, knowingly given incorrect, incomplete, or misleading information, destroyed information which was subject to the request, or obstructed in any manner in furnishing the information. In that case, the PIO can be fined for rupees 250 per day till the proper information is passed to a maximum extent of rupees 20,000. The maximum fine is 25,000. The fine per day is 250. So you can calculate it. So the PIO has been given a time period of 100 days by which he has to give all the information with the fine. Coming to section 23, any orders passed by the CIC or State Information Commission has been bad. There is no questions may be asked on the orders passed by these information commissions. I will just read it out. Courts have been barred from entertaining suits or applications against any order made under this Act, as no order shall be questionable unless by the way of an appeal. Now, we have already gone through section 24, which was regarding all those organizations which are exempted from your disclosure. Now, there is one more section, that is section 25, which says about the annual reports. I didn't think that it's that important. That's why I didn't add it to this presentation. Annual reports. Every year, the CIC and SIC should submit a report to the SCIC will be submitting to the state government and CIC will be submitting to the central government. The number of cases they have taken up and what was the decisions taken and what was the streams on what type information was seeked to them. Other than that, each and every organization should send information about all the RTIs that was asked to them. That is section 25. That's the end of this video. You have any queries or any questions or any doubts, you can please comment it. We are glad that we are glad to reply to your questions. Do like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel, Brilliant Backlist. This is Nishant signing off. Thank you.